First and foremost, all praises, glory, honor goes to Yahweh Bashem El Shai Bashem Rakakadas. Double honors to the elder apostles, that great millstone that taught us this true citation of Yakin, pushing his word day in and day out, doing this quick lesson on this registration line in DC turns chaotic. It's a video from the local news station, basically going into how a lot of people laid off, they can't find jobs, and their rent is behind, man, because unemployment only lasts but for so long. I think 6 months. And if you don't have a part-time job, you can't stretch it out further. Like me personally, I was on unemployment for a year from like October 2023 to like October 2024. But I had part-time income coming, right? Little side jobs. Not really part-time, but like side little jobs I was doing to help stretch out. It's lucky my unemployment. But these people, man, they just put all their eggs in one basket. So let me play this video.
6 a.m. and I got here moments later. As you can see now, it has died down. Most people have been able to make their way in, but those even at the end of the line right now have been here for more than 6 hours. Now, people told me that this was very disorganized chaos. They said that the government, the district, should have been preparing for this, especially during the season that we are in. And I saw some of that as I was here. Yeah, it dropped right. The phone number the department gave people doesn't work. Some telling me that's why they had to come in person.
I lost my job 8 months ago. I haven't been able to find a new job, and that means I didn't pay rent for all that time. And now my landlord is suing to evict me. And unless I can pay the protective order, I would probably be homeless at the beginning of March.
See, she's like a liberal Edomite demon. Where's her husband at her age, man? Unless her husband passed away early or whatever, got sick. Where's her husband, man?
Get the help, but just to get an appointment.
They supposed to have the line working, and the line wasn't working by.
Probably be homeless at the beginning of March.
Get the help, but just to get an appointment.
They supposed to have the line working, and the line wasn't working by 9 a.m.
Michael has been in line since 5 a.m. and was able to walk out with a packet and appointment. A couple hundred weren't as lucky. What does this mean for you now that you have this?
This is a big step as far as me being able to take care of my family.
Councilman Treon White showed up and approached the Department of Human Services Director, Rachel Pierre, about this situation. What does she have to say about this failed planning and failed organization and treatment of people?
She was basically saying she didn't want to really advertise it to prevent this from happening. You don't have to advertise it because people know people.
That nigga, he got caught up in some shit over the summertime. I forget his charge, but I believe it was like a federal charge, man. Right.
And we shouldn't be hiding government resources.
Director Pierre stayed in the lobby on the other side of the wrapped around line. Is everyone in line going to be seen today? Okay, so you're not going to speak today, though? The Department of Human Services provided this response 7 hours into the chaos, saying in part, quote, additional appointments may be scheduled based on budget availability to increase transparency, improve eligibility verification, and better manage limited program funding. People told me they felt dehumanized, disrespected, and humiliated. The line wrapped all the way past that red car. Mind you, I'm on the opposite side of this street and road in the actual parking lot. And mind you, the beginning point is still way past me on the opposite side of this building. Now, the city and the direct.
So, hey, man, you got these FBA niggas on the command board talking about, yeah, the director, she's a Haitian, she's a tether, you know what I'm saying? They talking that bullshit. Hey, man. How about Shimyo Shai's gonna destroy you, Tariq Nasheed, tether niggas, man, you FBA niggas, man. Just keeping it buck, man, because, you basically saying It's all about Judah and only Judah. Even though Judah's the head tribe, none of the other tribes matter, man. That's basically your rhetoric, man. Right? Y'all be treating Benji, Levi like Hamites and shit, man. All right. So let me get some presets, man. I just had to get that off of my chest, man, off of my spirit. This is second answer, 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So these people are proud as hell, man. That's why you in that predicament, man. Because, you know, hey, even those brothers that go through their shit, that's homeless or whatever, you know, living out of their vehicles, you know, but the Lord's with them, man, all right? But, you know, you people in the world, you got everything coming to you, man. And guess what, man? Just I hate to burst your bubble, but DC and all these different cities and state governments, these local governments, they running out of money, man. That's why they disconnected the phone lines and, you know, fired the operators and so forth. They really don't got the money to give to you for the assistance, man. Those assistance be like over 10 grand, sometimes close to over 10 grand. I know because my cousin lives in DC, and he told me a couple times he worked for the DC government, so he got some plugs or whatever. But he told me a couple times he fell behind on his rent, and the city paid for that shit, you know. So, but not everybody's that lucky, man. All right, well, that's blessed, man. You know, because my cousin, he not in the truth, but he always look out. You know, when I need a few dollars, he'll throw me some. So, you know, may the Lord bless him for that, man. All right, because I believe I'm a man of the Lord. So you give a prophet a cup of water, you know, then you get a prophet's reward, man. All right. But, you know, my cousin, he was in some issues a couple times. It's multiple times, man. And the government came through. But this was when, you know, things were more stable, not like today's economy. All right. So we'll see how this shit play out, man. These people are proud as hell. That's why they're going through what they're going through. They're going to Egypt for help. Now, you think how many of them calling on Yah Bashim Yasha? Few to none out there, right? Very few to none. Especially here in DC, man. You know, they worried about getting money. They ain't worried about being an Israelite. This second Ezra 15 and 49, I will send plagues upon thee. Widowhood. So a lot of you men, you're gonna lose your wives and vice versa. You know, and mainly more so wives losing their husband, right? Right, because a lot of you niggas, you're gonna get drafted into the stirs of war. You want to pay your rent, your mortgage. Hey, the United States military is always hiring, man. And a lot of you niggas, you gonna take the bait, man. You gonna take the Karab, man. You gonna take the chip, then take the bait, man. All right. Which, hey, the bait is the chip, man. All right. It says, Isaiah 32:9, rise up, be woman that at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Yeah, because majority of them people in line that need assistance are women. Because a woman, you know, they always looking for a handout. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless woman. For the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. So the December gate ain't gonna come. Excuse me, real soon. You know, I'll say back 10 years ago, man. You know, the average good-looking woman, they had a nigga to pay the rent, pay the mortgage, pay the light bill, pay the phone bill, you know, so forth, cable bill. But now that's very rare, man, because number one, these niggas ain't got it. Number two, they done woke up through us, you know, and these different dating coaches. They done woke up to you wicked-ass woman, how y'all operate, man, all right? Here's the point I want to trouble you. Women are at ease. Yeah, them days of being at ease is over, man. I mean, it's just, really after this next major event is gonna change everything here in Babylon. You know, could be as early as December because they talking about releasing some Trump files. All right, or at least putting an order out or recommendation out. You cats want to strip you and make you bare, so you won't be about to lose everything, you wicked ass one. And gird sackcloth upon your loins, so you won't be wearing fucking robes and, you know, things of that nature. You gonna be covered the fuck up, man. Alright, not how you move maneuvering now. You know, I was just at the gym, man. It was a couple, you know, thick Northern tribe women, man. You know, it was like the ass was so thick, it was like, I mean, borderline real or fake, you know. And you know, it was just there flaunting it, and you know, just being overly sexualized, man. All right. But you know, in Jacob's Trouble, they ain't gonna be dressed like that. They're gonna be covered the hell up because they don't want to draw the wrong attention, man. All right, so you know, we just gotta keep praying and prophesying to the Lord, get us the fuck up out of here. So till next time,